Hi everyone, I'm delighted to have you all here. My name is Salim and I am quant trainer at high school prep. So today's session is how to score well in quant section for GMAT. So see, scoring well in GMAT is could be quite a challenge, but with the right preparation and right guidance, you all can score very well, right? So before we actually start with the question answer session, I would first like to discuss the GRE focus pattern. They are basically going to change this pattern, that is from GMAT to GRE focus. And let me just give you basic insights about the new format first, and then we'll start our question and answer sessions. So here, GRE focus will be a shorter GMAT. GMAT focus would be a shorter GMAT now. They have reduced the time to approximately one hour. Now you will be given 2 hours 15 minutes to take the test. Before it was 3 hours 7 minutes, around approximately 3 hours 7 minutes. And now you have three sections in GMAT focus. One is quantitative reasoning, second is verbal reasoning, and the third is data insights. So for each section, you'll be getting 45 minutes, and there will be 21 questions in quantitative reasoning section. There will be 23 questions in verbal reasoning section, and there will be 20 sections in data insight section. 21 questions in data insight section, right? So I will be talking about quant specifically. So in quant, obviously, you'll be getting 21 questions and you'll get 45 minutes to solve those questions. Data insight does have a component of quant. They have questions like obviously data sufficiency. Now they will be asked under data insight section. And then you have questions based on data interpretation, that is your graphs, interpretation of graphs. So that will be under your data insight section, right? And quantitative section mainly they focus on algebra, arithmetic, and geometry. So these are the three main areas. I can actually discuss the details if you want to ask that. So we can start with our question answer session now. I'm waiting for the questions. Now, till someone asked a few questions. Now, let me just discuss a few general doubts that students have who are wanting to prepare for GMAT. Like currently, a major doubt is which is better. Like current GMAT is better or taking GMAT focus is better, or if I take GMAT focus and if I put those scores and send those scores to my universities, will it going to be affect my application in any way, or will I be at some disadvantage as compared to those who have taken GMAT and sending their scores to the universities? So see, it is very clearly mentioned on the GMAT's official side that whether you send your GMAT focus course or your GMAT current GMAT course, right? It is not going to affect your profile or your admission in any way, right? So that's one thing. That is a very common doubt which student has. And the GMAT focus, they'll be starting from 7th November. So you can take the test from 7th November, GMAT focus. And the validity of the test will be 5 years. That is for current GMAT as well. So you can take either of the test. A few students who are preparing for GMAT also has this doubt कि should I take GMAT focus or the current GMAT? So see, it's completely up to your choice, right? Don't worry about which test you should take, because it is not going to affect your admission or in any way it is going to affect your profile. Okay. Now, basically, what happens is if you want to select whether you want to take current GMAT or GMAT focus, that completely depends upon what is your application timeline and when are the deadlines of the universities that you are targeting for September 2024, right? From early 2024, they'll stop this current GMAT and they'll only be giving you to opt this test, that is GMAT focus, uh, from maybe Jan or Feb of 2024. So that's there. So do not worry about which test to take, but obviously you should have a clarity about the timeline. Like if the deadlines are close, like by November or December, so you should take the current GMAT and just get your scores and get start with your application process, right? So that's one thing that students usually come up and ask us about the test. The second very common doubt that students have is there going to be any change in the syllabus? Syllabus overall, if we say whatever we were teaching students for the current GMAT, it is going to be more or less same. For Quant 2, it is almost same, right? For verbal, there are a few things. They have obviously removed AWA, analytical writing section, and they have removed sentence correction. These two types they have removed from verbal. For quant, it's the same. The only difference is in the current GRE, they are asking you data sufficiency questions under the quantitative reasoning section. Now they have shifted those questions to the data insight section. But the topics, if I say, many students are confused. Are there going to be any additional topic or any less topics? So no, quantitative reasoning section will have the same topics that we were covering before, like for the current GMAT also, and for the focus edition also, it will remain the same. So syllabus is not going to change much for quantitative reasoning. So these are few common concerns that students have currently for the GMAT test. Okay, so I have a question. How much time is allocated for the quant section? Do I need advanced math skill for GMAT quant? See, I covered this question initially when I was introducing GMAT quantitative reasoning. So I repeat that. Basically, GMAT quantitative reasoning section, uh, you'll be getting in GMAT focus, obviously. You'll be getting 21 questions, and to solve those 21 questions, you'll get 45 minutes. Okay, that is approximately average time, you can say 2 minutes per question. Okay, for verbal also, I'll repeat. For verbal, you'll be getting 23 questions, and for that also you'll be getting 45 minutes. And for data insights section, you'll be getting 20 questions, and time allotted to solve those questions will be again 45 minutes. So you have three sections in the GMAT focus uh, edition, and for each section you'll be getting 45 minutes to solve the question. So that will be there. And then, do I need advanced math skill? Yes, advanced math skill as in key. Yes, you should have the command over the type. You should understand it. You should have a grip over the topic, right? Reason why I'm saying that is when you get this data sufficiency questions, okay, data sufficiency question actually require your command, your grip over the topic, okay. What are data sufficiency question? Most of you must be knowing, but those who don't know, let me first tell you what are data sufficiency type questions and what do they demand, right? So data sufficiency, as the name suggests, data sufficiency. So when you read the question, you need to you'll be given obviously two statements there, right? And after reading those two statements, you have to analyze each statement separately, obviously, and then tell whether they are sufficient to find the answer of the question. So you'll have one question. Along with that question, you'll have two statements. And after reading those statements and understanding them, you have to tell whether you can tell the answer of that question by using the information of the first statement, or only by first statement, or and not by second. This is one form in which you can answer the question. The second way of answering the question is you can get the answer of that question from the statement B and not from A. The third type is you can find the answer of the question from each statement. From each statement means from statement A also and from statement B also. Then the fourth type is you cannot find the answer by using uh, each statement separately, but when you combine the information given in both these statements, you can find the answer. And fifth condition is you cannot find the answer either by using each statement separately or by combining their information. So these are the five ways in which you answer any data sufficiency question. Now, to understand whether this given statement is sufficient to answer the question, you should have a very good command over the topic and grip over the topic. If you don't have that kind of command over a topic, it would be very difficult for you to actually come to the conclusion whether this statement is alone sufficient, or do I need the combination of both these statements to get the answer. So obviously, differentiating this is a challenge in data sufficiency questions. So these questions I have probably answered. Key, do I need advanced math skill? Yes, you need, because if you don't have that advanced skill, then handling data sufficiency question would be a great challenge for you. And then what's unique about data sufficiency? I told you, you don't get the options, but you have to analyze whether the given data is sufficient to answer the question or not. Another question is, can I use the calculator in quantitative section? So see, you are not allowed to use the calculator for quantitative section, and physical calculator though in any way they are not going to allow you, but there is an inbuilt calculator for the data insight section, okay. So for that section, for the current GMAT, it's the integrated reasoning section. Okay. So you get an inbuilt calculator to solve question only for that section. For quantitative reasoning section, calculator is not allowed or provided for quantitative reasoning of GMAT. For integrated reasoning, for the current GMAT format, you can use the calculator, and for the GMAT focus edition, data for the data insight question, you are allowed to use the calculator. That too is inbuilt in the test. Any other questions? I'm waiting for the questions. Okay, then this is another common concern, that what all topics do they usually ask questions from. So topics, I would say, as I told you, the major categories are algebra, arithmetic, geometry. So specifically, if I say, so topics like number system, then you have percentage, ratio, average, then You have topics like polynomials, right? Equations, inequalities, functions. Then from arithmetic, that is from word problems, topics like you have questions based on profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, and work in time, time, speed, distance. From geometry, they'll be asking questions from triang- polygons, triangles, quadrilaterals, circles, and mensuration, that is related to areas and volumes of the 3D shape. So generally, these are the topics. Then you have a few advanced math topics like permutation, combination, and probability. So generally, these are the topics they ask questions from in GMAT. These are the common topics. Okay. Another common concerns that students preparing for GMAT is how to prepare for the test and how much time should I devote. So see, preparing for GMAT, obviously, early you start, better it would be for to get good scores. So yeah, obviously, to get good scores, your early preparation is required, right? You should devote your time on daily basis. Like you should practice for quant at least 30 minutes. Daily practice should be there, right? And before actually starting with the test preparation, I always recommend student to take a diagnostic test, right? And just analyze key for each type, for quant, for verbal, for data insight, like which are the areas that you feel that you're not that strong in, and start working on those areas first, right? Take one topic at a time, uh, revise the whole theory, right? Then practice the questions, and then practice question and see how good you are doing. Okay. So when you start practicing more and more questions, by default you will start getting like good in that particular topic. So don't fear any topic, and with the obviously right guidance, you can prepare very well. So right guidance is a key. Your sources should be authentic, like whatever material you are referring should be good. Okay. So these are a few things that you can follow. Like first, take the test, analyze your weak areas, start working from your weak areas, right, to your strong areas. Once you are complete with your practice thing, like you feel ki now I have practiced a lot of questions, a lot of variety, so then you start taking mock test. And not just taking mock test, but uh, taking the mock test and just doing the analysis how good are you performing in that. And if you are again finding that there are a few areas where you are weak in, you should obviously start working on those areas and devote more time to those particular topics. So that's how you can obviously improve your scores in GMAT. Any other questions? Okay, one more thing that I remember students do ask about is ki, is there any negative penalty for the wrong answers? See, GMAT is a computer adaptive test. Now, those who don't know what is computer adaptive test, let me first clarify that. So, computer adaptive test, any test wherein the system decides what should be the difficulty of the next question based on the response of your current question. Like what they do is for the first question, they keep the level of difficulty medium. They give you that question, and based on your response, whether you have given the correct answer or a wrong answer, the difficulty of the next question is being decided by the system itself, right? So if you mark a correct answer, obviously the difficulty of the level of the next question will be higher than the current question. And if your answer is incorrect, then the next question will be comparatively easier than this one. So that's how they give you the questions. And such tests are called computer adaptive test. So GMAT is a computer adaptive test. Now, because it is already computer adaptive, so there is no need of giving this penalty for a wrong answer, right? That penalty is like you can say ki you are getting an easier question for the next one and harder for the right one. So penalty is not there, right? But still try to mark the correct answer, and even if you want to like just put a guess there, and if there are options, like you have obviously multiple choices, so analyze it, right? Key which options can be eliminated, eliminate those choices as many as you can, and then from the leftover options you may randomly select one. So that's there. So I have another question. How should I study for data sufficiency questions? What are the common math topics covered? So math topics, though, I just uh, discussed them. I just told them that there are mainly three categories of topics that they ask. That is arithmetic, algebra, and geometry, right? So under algebra, you get to see these polynomials, algebraic expressions, equations, functions, and then under algebra, percentage, ratio, average. Then you have word problems, that is from topics like profit and loss, then simple interest, compound interest, work in time, time, speed, distance. Then you have geometry may you have polygons, you have triangles, quadrilateral, circles, mensuration. And then in advanced math you have permutation, combination, and probability. Generally these are the major topics that you get to see the questions from. The next question here is how should I study for data sufficiency? See, study data, you have to practice data sufficiency question. Studying is like the basic of any topic. Like if I talk about, suppose, let us take up a topic, uh, say quadratic function. Now quadratic function will remain quadratic function, right? This is for your complete quantitative reasoning section, or for any question based on quadratic function. You have to have a good understanding of the whole topic. Now you may get questions based on like multiple choice also, right? That is in GMAT they call it problem solving. And you may get questions based on data sufficiency also from the same topic. Okay, so to answer questions for data sufficiency from the same topic, as I have told us before also in this session, that you should have a command command over all the topics, right? So then only you can decide whether the given data in the two statements, statement A and statement B, is alone sufficient or their combination is sufficient to answer the question, right? So yeah, you have to practice a lot of question to become efficient in handling data sufficiency question. So, and the obviously best source, if you are asking, I'm not sure, but I'll tell you, the best source is obviously official guide. If you have GMAT official guide, that is the best source to practice questions for GMAT data sufficiency. So I'm waiting for other questions if there are any. Okay, so I believe there are no more questions, and this is where I would want to end this session. Thank you for joining us. We hope we have addressed all your concerns. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the informative videos that we keep on posting based on GRE, GMAT, SAT, IELTS, or TOEFL. So thank you everyone, and hope to meet you all soon.